Hello and welcome to True North EV. I'm your host James, and today we're diving into a topic every EV driver faces eventually: charging etiquette. Whether you're new to EVs or have been driving electric for years, understanding the unwritten rules of public charging is key to building a positive community. So grab a double, settle in, and let's talk about how we Canadians can keep our reputation for politeness even at the charging station. Before we dive in, let's acknowledge something. Canada's EV charging infrastructure is growing fast. From Vancouver Island to Newfoundland, new stations are coming online every month. But we're still in a transition phase, especially outside the major cities. That's why etiquette matters. When we all follow some basic guidelines, we help ensure that everyone gets where they're going without unnecessary stress. Here are the fundamentals. Don't ice the spot. Parking in a charging spot when you're not charging, whether you're in a gas car or even an EV, is a big no-no. When a gas vehicle does this, it's called icing. In parts of Quebec and BC, this can even lead to a ticket. Even if you're driving an EV, if you're not actively charging, please don't occupy the space. Someone else might genuinely need that charger to continue their trip. Charge and move on. Once your battery hits the target charge or the generally accepted 80% mark at DC fast chargers, it's time to move along. Charging tends to slow down significantly after 80%, so hanging around can tie up the spot while offering minimal benefit to you. That said, sometimes you do need to go to 100%, especially in remote areas. Use your judgment, but be mindful of others waiting. Respect time limits. Many chargers, especially in places like Toronto, Montreal, or Vancouver, have posted time limits. These aren't just suggestions. They're there to help make charging fair for everyone. Set a timer on your phone, or better yet, use the ChargePoint or Flow apps, which will notify you when your charge is complete. Let's talk about some uniquely Canadian challenges. Winter charging courtesy. We Canadians know a thing or two about winter, and EVs have their own quirks in the cold. In minus 25 Celsius weather, charging slows down, and your range takes a hit. So it's okay to plan for a little bit more time at the charger. If you see someone struggling, maybe with a frozen charge port or stiff cable, lend a hand if you can, especially with those thick CCS cables in freezing temperatures. A bit of neighborly kindness goes a long ways. Charging lineups. In high traffic corridors like between Calgary, Edmonton, or Toronto, Montreal, you might run into lineups, especially in summer or over holidays. Here are some tips. Park nearby without blocking access, and ask who's next if it's unclear. Leave your phone number on your dash, or another way that people can reach out to you so others can text you or message you when it's your turn. If you're just topping up and someone else needs a bigger charge, consider letting them go first. Communication is key. If you're stepping away from your vehicle while charging, leave a note with your contact info and expected return time. This is especially helpful at spots like en route stations or rural chargers. And if you find a charger that's broken or damaged, report it. Use the network's app, call their support line, and update PlugShare. It helps everyone. Now, let's look at a few of the major networks and the etiquette quirks that come with each. Circuit Elect. Quebec's extensive network often has enforced time limits with fees after a certain duration. Be aware, some locations prohibit overnight charging, so always check the signage. BC Hydro's. BC Hydro's network is growing fast, often in partnership with local businesses. If you're charging near a shop or cafe, consider supporting them. Grab a coffee or a snack. It's a small gesture that supports EV infrastructure expansion. Tesla superchargers. As Tesla opens its network to other EVs, there's a bit of shared etiquette to consider. Non-Tesla vehicles may charge more slowly due to adapters. if you're in a non-Tesla, avoid Tesla-only stalls if alternatives are available. So I know some of them have flow chargers next to it. If all the Tesla chargers are full, just go to a flow one for a bit until they slow down or whatnot. If you do use one, try to choose a end stall if possible, because I know some vehicles you need to stretch out the cable, so it's like you're blocking two spots. So if you can choose an end one so that you're not really blocking a spot, and approach a stall from the correct side to avoid stretching the cords. I know some of them, though, it might be easiest to go from the back. If some are able to be plugged in from the back, then you can almost park sideways and charge up easier. And let Tesla drivers go first if they're limited to those stalls. So if they don't have anywhere else to charge, consider letting them go first if it's possible. If you really need the charge, do what you have to do, right? So let's get into some common questions and real world situations for you. Now, one of the things I hear is, what should I do if I arrive and somebody's already plugged in, but their car is fully charged? If it's been a while since their charge is completed and they're still plugged in, it's okay to leave a polite note or try to contact them if they've left their info. Don't unplug them without consent unless absolutely necessary and safe to do so. Now, that's a big gray area. There's a lot of people that say don't touch it at all. And unfortunately, it's a very mixed deal if you're comfortable with it, but realize there might be repercussions for doing so. Someone unplugged my car before it was done charging. What could I have done? Unfortunately, this happens. Most EVs lock the cable while charging, but not all. If your vehicle supports it, always enable the cable lock feature. Apps like Flow can notify you if your charge stops unexpectedly. There are even aftermarket locks for charging cables if needed. As we wrap up, remember, the Canadian EV community is built on mutual respect and cooperation. From coast to coast to coast, I've met incredible drivers who go out of their way to help one another. Here's a quick recap. Only park at charging stations if you're actively charging. Move your car once you've reached the needed charge. Communicate clearly with other drivers. Be mindful of cold weather challenges. Report broken chargers to help the whole community. And remember, the Manitoba EV Association is a great resource for more tips on charging and EV ownership. So you can visit Manitoba EV, or you can reach out to me at True North EV. But I'd also recommend, if you're going to Alberta, BC, any of the provinces, heck, even some spots like BC and Ontario have groups that are in the smaller, like kind of Toronto area or Vancouver or Victoria type deal. Maybe reach out to those groups, right? If you're having maybe known issues with lineups or whatever, or chargers not working or whatnot, report it to those groups, right? They can maybe find the person to contact, maybe find a solution to help solve the problem, make it more enjoyable to drive and own an EV. If you got any questions or an idea for a future episode, email me at truenorthevpodcast@gmail.com. And before we go, I want to give a special shout out to Bodie over at the Kilowatt podcast. He's got fantastic insights that pair really well with this, and definitely go check him out. Yeah, and if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe and leave a review. It helps more EV drivers discover the show. Thanks for listening to True North EV. I'm James, and I'll see you next time.